and welcome to Talk Time. My guest today is one of Meghalaya's leading social activists, Agnes Kharshiing, who faced a brutal assault on her in November last year in the state's Jaintia Hills area by miscreants who are believed to be involved in the illegal coal mining activities that is rampant across the state. Agnes Kharshiing, welcome to Talk Time.
Hello.
When you recall that fateful day in November last year, when you had gone as part of your work as a social activist to look into what is going on in these illegal coal mining areas, how is it impacting on the local people, etc., how is it impacting on the ecology of the state, you faced an almost murderous assault. It's lucky that we are sitting here and talking this morning. So, how do you feel when you think about those days?
I actually, after the, I went early in the morning from here. I had informed a senior officer also that there are trucks that were plying without challan, without any papers and all that. So I just went there because since I had time that day, I went there to check whether the work, when officer from here orders, they do it or not, and because we knew that there was an excess also. So, and we wanted some photographs if we see all those trucks that are violating. So when we went there, then we went to Ladrambai police station, and we went there and we saw that they have detained some laborers. They were, I think, helpers in the truck. So we told police that there is no point you detaining the truck's helper. You better call the owners of the truck so that the state can assist with the, talk to them. What is it? And then from there we left the place. We went because the police had told us that there was some trucks that they detained, so we went to take some photographs of those trucks. And when we came back, we went again. There was another just on the highway. The attack on us was
just off the highway.
On the highway, on the highway, the highway, and there was a small road. Just inside a road, there only it was. So there were trucks there. So we want to take some photographs, and that as we came out, those people came and attacked us.
You. Now, that has got a lot of condemnation that has drawn the incident attack on you and your colleague, drawn statewide condemnation, region-wide condemnation. Even activists from all over the country condemned that incident. But the question is, the broader issue, Ms. Agnes Kharshiing, is the prevalence of illegal coal mining activity in Meghalaya as a whole, but Jaintia Hills is the hub. Now, question is, this has not happened overnight. This has been going on for decades together. Now, how are you looking at this issue? Because yes, it's an illegal activity today because the National Green Tribunal has clamped a ban. At the same time, the argument is that so many people are involved in this business, so it's a livelihood issue as well. So there are two aspects to it. What is your argument? How are you looking at it?
We have a government. They have datas. They should take out all the datas, see how many are the people who want to do that activity and those who do not want their activity and whose land is being taken away. Because what we know, and we have been to the places earlier also, is that the people, they want their land to be as it is for them. Some of them are doing plantation, they want their cultivation and all that, but there are groups that take away their land forcefully, and that cannot be allowed.
This is a very serious point that you are making. Yes. You're saying that while the government and some others are raising the issue of livelihood, they're saying that it is okay to stop illegal mining activities, but it is not okay to ignore the livelihood issue of people.
Yes.
And some estimates say that 3 to 3.5 lakh people are involved directly or indirectly in this mining activities, earning their livelihood. You are saying that government has to find out, first of all, how many people are actually interested to be engaged in the mining activity. And the most important point that you have just made, Ms. Agnes Kharshiing, is that there are people, there are powerful lobby that is forcefully grabbing the land of these people and converting those and indulging in illegal mining activities in land which are grabbed. Is that what you are trying to say?
Yes. Government knows they have police stations there in Clariat. They should take out records, or have they thrown them out? We don't know. But there are people who want to stay and live. They can't, even police who stay, who work there, and other officers, ask them if the water there is still okay. They cannot say yes. You just ask. Government knows. They have a procedure, they have the rules. Take all that out. If a person has their own coal mine and they want to do coal mine, there are procedures. You can't just do something which is illegal.
So then who are the people, who are the beneficiaries? Is it some wealthy people, powerful people with a lot of influence and connections in Meghalaya and outside? Is it only a handful of them? You mean to say that the ordinary people in Gentia Hills and other places in the state are not really part of this whole big illegal coal syndicate? Are you saying that?
If all were in it, they would be against me. They should say, they will not say, why are you interfering? But that is why I'm saying government is there. We have statistics. Come on, show out those records, that who wants it and who can do illegal things. Any government cannot allow any illegal activities to be carried out. They cannot. But if they had data which is correct, then definitely they would have put me in court long time back.
The government?
Yes, government and whoever is responsible.
Now, land is something it's a very sensitive issue. It is very dear to people who are the owners. Why are people not moving the courts? Why are not approaching the local darbars and other community organizations if somebody is grabbing your land? Why are they not seeking justice for that?
There are some they're having sorry, I may stammer a bit. There are court cases. Those who can, they try to challenge. But would you get, when you are in powerful, a person has a small plot and another person has a small plot, do you think it will be vulnerable for them to go to court? And they will not be able to. And they speak out in their voice and say that we do not want. Then they are scared because there is powerful lobby. So the very thing that they attacked me, a woman, and another, Amita was there, she was also a woman, 2 women being attacked in front the eyes of all the powerful people, that itself shows that there's a big, bad, very intentional lobby that is not serious.
Now, you see the argument, one argument by people in the government and outside, some people, they're saying that from the British time, the Kharsis and the Gentias, they've been engaged in coal mining activities. That was one of their main money earning source. That is one of the main livelihood source. Now, question is, how can you stop this practice overnight? And what are the alternative arrangements that the government is thinking about? So how do you look? Do you think you are saying that, first of all, the majority of the people may not be interested in this trade at all, in this business at all? You are saying that many of them are engaged in farming activities, cultivation, and so on. So who are these people? What is the size of these people who are benefiting from this coal trade according to you?
There will be a few, because I had received some RTIs I can't say how many now,
Yeah,
because I had
but
some
handful,
records.
not
Yes,
many.
yes, it's not many. But I have met the people also who are also wanting their land to be preserved. And they even told me that where they went in Nongkle, in that place I went there, and there were people who took me to their house and said that
Yeah.
we want that this should stop, the rat hole mining. What they did was, these people stay on top, and under where they stay are caves, beautiful caves, where people used to come from outside and visit those caves, and under the caves they want to do the rat hole mining. So imagine their whole plateaus, I mean hill sort of will just go down.
Collapse.
That's what they said. Because I didn't know about that place. When I went, they told me about all this.
Absolutely, very, very significant, fascinating points emerging there. We'll go for a short break, but don't go away. When I come back, I shall continue this conversation on illegal mining in Meghalaya with social activist Agnes Kharshiing. Welcome back. I am in conversation with social activist Agnes Kharshiing, still recovering from a brutal assault that's faced in the Jantia Hills area of Meghalaya, where she has been engaged in checking out illegal mining activities rampantly prevalent in the entire state, parts of the entire state at least. Agnes Kharshiing, you're saying the handful of people are only involved in this illegal business of coal mining. You don't believe in this livelihood issue because it's not a livelihood of the ordinary people who are engaged in alternative vocations already, because you are saying that they are engaged in farming and cultivation, so the livelihood argument does not hold water. Now, do you think these powerful lobbies, they are linked? See, which are the major political parties in the state? They are the Congress, which has been in power for such a long time. There is now the NPP, which is in power. The BJP is a part of the NPP government. UDP is a part of the NPP government. 4 to 5 major political parties, 5 to 6, say half a dozen major political parties in Meghalaya. Are you saying that this handful of coal lobby people who are the movers and shakers of this entire mining business, they have links with all these 5 to 6 major political parties in the state? What are you saying?
I won't be knowing which political party will be helping in this lobby, but since I am saying now, come out with documents, come out with data, come out with the real facts, give to the people. If any party will speak out and ask for that in the assembly, then I will say that is not in the lobby. But if nobody speaks out, you are in the parliament, or in the assembly, and you don't speak such things,
then their role will be suspect.
Yes.
That is what you are
Yes.
saying. I think that is a very fair assessment to make. You'll have to. That means what you were saying, Agnes Kharshiing, is that you're going to keep a close watch
Yes.
on the role of major political parties in Meghalaya in the legislature, or for that matter in parliament, to ascertain their stand, and that you're saying is going to give out whether or not they are with the coal lobby. Yes. So now there's another question comes to my mind. Usually in this kind of situations, activists and civil society groups, they seek the help of the court to go order a probe and monitor such kind of a probe. So, is there any civil society group? Are you on your own trying to approach the court to look for a court-monitored investigation into the whole?
No, there are many people who signed with us. Many of us have signed, and we have sent a thing to Supreme Court, or to the NGT Supreme Court. Yeah. So it is not only us. Many are concerned, but we hope that if all these people are not, those who are not involved in the nexus, they will stop all these the brutal attacks and threats. Even media are scared to go. You have to go very, you can't take photographs, you can't take, that is not the way. We have to allow, we have transparency, we should allow transparency, so that if you know nothing is wrong, why should you be scared? If you have doing things in a right way, the coal is done in a right way, who can interfere? No one
Right.
can.
Now, yes, that is what. If coal is mining
Yes.
is done in a right
Yes.
way, nobody is going to say anything, nobody is going to interfere. That is one of the proposals of the present government in Meghalaya. They are saying that we are asking for resumption of coal mining activities, but we want to make sure that it is modern scientific coal mining only and nothing else. Is that the right way to go about it?
Rat hole is not scientific, they cannot, and let them bring out in a blueprint, show out a blueprint. This is government, it's not one person's property. So you have to act according to the law and show out the blueprint, show to the government or to the NGT, to the Supreme Court, show that you are doing things in the right way, because you cannot violate the life of people, and you cannot violate the even the environment. You cannot.
Now, 1 month, barely 1 month after that attack on you, we have seen that disaster in the Kharshiing mine, again in Jantia Hills, where 15 people just disappeared. We could get only 2 bodies. The rest of the bodies were also not recovered. The agencies are still working, and it's not been officially called off. Crores of rupees have been spent in this. But do you think that such kind of disasters would not have happened if there was no illegal activity going on in that area?
Yes, definitely there would not have been such a thing, because if they had been monitored, they know, we have government officers who are in, we have even CNRD. You should be going around and seeing. But if you do not know anything and you have a DC,
Yeah.
what work are they doing? We have the police. What are they doing? We are wasting our money for them, and they could not protect lives. And I am telling you, they never took into the trust of the people who stayed there. Maybe many lives would have been found if they had called the people who stayed there. I mean, those areas, there are areas
Local people,
which,
you mean?
yes. Now we have to know whether they call them or not, because some people know the caves how they are, because they take the tourists and all that, so they'll know which side, which angle, which they'll know. So if you don't have faith on such things, because they know that those people might say that we don't want this rat hole.
So you mean to say that apart from illegal mining activity going on, the disaster response was also very poor? That's what you are saying?
Yes, definitely. There was no, I don't think so, they had proper management to see all this. In fact, they were all snooping if anybody is trying to expose them. So that is not a government.
Absolutely. You are raising, Agnes Kharshiing, they are raising a lot of key points, and definitely that calls for an investigation, and we yet don't know whether the state government is investigating. Of course, the state government has assured that they're going to crack down on illegal mining. We have to wait and watch as to how things unfold. We'll go for a short break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm still in conversation with social activist Agnes Kharshiing. Miss Agnes Kharshiing, you know, this has been you are going through an extremely difficult phase of your life. You have been an activist for a long, long time. You have been one of the most vocal person from the state who have been pointing out issues like this. After that attack on you, after following, of course, you have raised certain issues. That is exactly the reason why you were attacked. The question is, have you received the support from civil society within the state, from influential voices within the state as much as you would have expected?
Oh, there were some, yeah, but I don't want to say maybe they had some issues that they cannot take up, support us, but it's okay, we don't have that thing. I just hope that we can all work together to bring about a change, yes. but there were many who really supported us from outside. From here also they are who supported from Garo Hills, then from here also there were activists who are supporting, and even the media are there. So we feel that there are some who don't want, who have voices but did not, so maybe it will come out later.
Now, what is your hope? How are you going to take this case forward to the logical conclusion? Because only recently there were accident of coal trucks, once again exposing the fact that people are still carrying coal. Now, the Supreme Court has said that only those coal which had been extracted earlier can be transported. Is that coal still, I mean, does that stock still exist that, huge trucks are carrying? Are these the old coal which has been extracted earlier, or mining activity is still going on and people are still carrying coal from one place to another? What's going on?
There is no more old stock, and the government knows it. The government knows it, their officials know it, and bring an expert and let him check that coal and see if it's a new one or an old one. And it is all taking out now. So it's against the violation
Now,
itself.
how do you propose to bring an end to this? How are you going to reach a logical conclusion? Or these kind of situations, individual social activists, do you have to raise your hands at some time and give up?
It's an alert. There are people who are doing coal, but some of them are illiterate. They don't know. And if the government says you cannot do it, they'll not do. But somebody is saying, yes, NGT
Don't
allows.
worry.
Yes. So those people, I feel they're lost. I feel they should, the alert should be to them, awareness to them that please do something else. You can do a lot. You have money, you have a lot of money. You can set up universities. We don't have our own university in our state. We don't have our own. So we have only private universities. Come on, help in something else. You can do a lot of things. You cannot just say that this is the only ultimatum. No.
Now, how do you look at the overall livelihood situation in the state? Where are jobs coming from? Because there are hardly any industries here. Therefore, some arguments will say that natural resources are can be used as a means of livelihood. So there is need to extract these natural resources. So a lot of people may argue that way also. So how do you look at it?
First of all, we have to protect human beings and protect environment so that we will survive. After that, if they say that, oh, we need to go on that, even if you go on coal, it has to be in blueprint.
Absolutely.
You cannot say that.
You have to lay bare your plans. But the important point which Agnes Kharshiing has made, first, it's a question of saving humanity, saving the environment. You first have to survive and then talk about other things, and it's a question of survival of the race apart from, of course, the environment. Agnes Kharshiing, thank you very much for speaking to me. Thank you very much indeed.